But actually, now that I think about it, there is actually something I do want to talk about. Something that I guess I could kind of do a mini rant on. Even though I said I wasn't going to make a rant about Street Fighter V anymore. And yes, this is going to be a rant about Street Fighter V. Dragon Ball FighterZ actually has announced, or I think it was Namco or whatever, they announced on their Twitter that they're giving a free giveaway, a 300,000 Zenny. And if you don't know what that is, in Dragon Ball FighterZ, much like with Guilty Gear XR, Rev 2, or Rev, the first Revelator did it first. In that game, you could get items through a fishing minigame, and every time you paid money, which I believe in Guilty Gear it had world dollars, and this mechanic returns in Dragon Ball FighterZ, although nowhere near as interesting. It's basically, you go up to this merchant, you can pay 1,000 Zenny to get one capsule, or you can pay 10,000 to get 10. You can only buy 1 or 10 at once. You cannot buy 9 potions, capsules, and people actually compare this to loot boxes, which I think is fucking stupid. Loot boxes are something you pay real money with. You don't need to pay real money to get these items. So I don't know where the fuck this loot box even comes from. You know, the only games I know that have loot boxes are games like Overwatch. Are just fucking stupid. You should be able to earn that shit without needing to pay money, but whatever. Guilty Gear and Dragon Ball FighterZ do not have loot boxes in the slightest. It may work in a similar manner, but you don't pay with real money. So whoever says that loot boxes are fucking delusional. And maybe a little retarded. Because you don't pay real money. And I hope to God don't add that in Dragon Ball FighterZ, because that'd be mad stupid. Even if the grind admittedly is a little rough, but hey, $300,000, yeah, $300,000, 300,000 Zenny, in which that you can get like, I believe 30, let's see, you can get a lot of capsules of that money. I actually did get a good amount of content with that, which in that game you can earn lobby characters to customize if you play online. It doesn't really do much in the offline mode, which I am so glad they added the ability to play offline when you need to play online. I think the account terms of service I think only is needed once if you make a Steam account, so that's not too bad, I guess. But you do have to log in online to get it, which is kind of a bummer, but dude, it is so worth it. 300,000 Zenny for free. And people mentioned that Street Fighter V is so good, and this is the part I'm getting to, by the way. Street Fighter V is automatically good with the fight money system because Capcom, in their infinite wisdom, as these fanboys, Capcom drones, whatever you want to call them, they gave away fight money, but they only did it once, and the game's been out for almost 2 years now. They came out in 2 years, and I think only once or twice they gave out fight money, and the amount of fight money that they gave you was nowhere near enough to buy a character. And buying characters in that game costs 100,000 fight money, which is absurdly stupid. I will never understand the practice of having to buy characters in a fighting game with so much fucking in-game money, which you might as well just buy it with real money, because there is no way people are going to play online, get 50 fucking fight money per match, and if you do some easy calculations, which actually, you don't even have to whip out the handy-dandy calculator, because I'm going to do it for you. So if you go to calculator and you do 100,000 divided by 50, you have to win 20,000 matches online in Street Fighter V just to get one character, because Capcom is so fucking inept with their fight money system that they charge you so much with their in-game currency, which, once again, I'm going to say it. Paying with in-game money is not a bad idea. It is a bad idea when it costs so much, and you even have to put a fucking unrealistic amount of real money just to buy it. It's bullshit. A lot of these free-to-play games do that, and it might as well become a free-to-play game. It seriously should at this point. I don't know why the hell the game was sold for $60 at launch with barely any content, and yes, I'm still pissed about that. It doesn't matter if they added arcade mode or not. The fact is that they released a game with little content at launch, a bare-bones survival mode to boot, and no real reason to play the game besides the rewards that they eventually added later on, which I only play the game once a week on Fridays because that's when they update everything with the extra battle mode and shit. The only other time I really play it is to record footage, which I rarely do, because I don't play Street Fighter V super seriously like some people do, and I certainly don't make money doing it. But if people really like that game, more power to them, but honestly, you could be playing so many other better games it's not even funny. And not just fighting games too, but other better games in general that don't fucking rip you off of real money. But it also sickens me that these people want to defend this game like it's... like, this game, Street Fighter V, is so fucking good at what it does when it doesn't. Like, there's gonna be half the roster which is paid DLC, and you already see people complain that games like BlazBlue Cross Tag Battle has half the roster being DLC. And Street Fighter V is pretty much at that point. Half of the characters are literally DLC. And yet nobody's complaining about it because it's Street Fighter V. Well, I say fuck you. You can't be judging a game for doing something wrong. Let me try that again. You cannot judge a game that does something wrong, but you defend another game that does the exact same thing that you're bitching about. Like, you can't get mad at BlazBlue Cross Tag Battle and defend Street Fighter V that has half the characters being DLC, because it's gonna happen at some point. Like, I think Cody's gonna be the next character that's gonna have literally half the characters be a DLC. There has hardly been any giveaways from Capcom at all. I think once or twice, and I believe when I made the message on Steam about the ways you could earn more fight money, which, by the way, yes, it is stupid that these people on Steam, they're like, oh, well, Capcom does no wrong, you just gotta play the game more, you fucking pirate. Yeah, okay, because pirating a game definitely makes it, my point, less valid, even though I fucking bought the game, idiots. I bought the game day one just like everyone else, and I have a right to complain. And I will continue to complain until Capcom fixes their shit, which they won't. So I'm going to complain until the game becomes irrelevant. That, or if they ever fix it, but I highly doubt they will. And it also sickens me that people call Dragon Ball Z a button-mashing game, which, even though, yes, I will admit, it is kind of unfortunate how the game is basically played as if you're playing in stylish mode in Guilty Gear and BlazBlue. The game is so much more fun playing than fucking Street Fighter V. The aesthetics are better, the graphics are way better, the fucking presentation is a lot better, the music is better. Everything about it is so much better than Street Fighter V, and Street Fighter V is already dumbed down as it is, so I don't know where the hell this easy mode bullshit comes from. When you have people literally picking the same top 8 characters in tournaments, which one of them is Cammy. Now, I'm not going to go on too much of a rant about this because I really can't really express this because I really don't have enough knowledge on it. But I read the comments on the Vet Hubs, and almost every fucking comment on the Vet Hubs says that Cammy got buffed again. And she has not gotten a nerf since launch. So this either tells me that someone at fucking Capcom really loves Cammy. I mean, she is the OG of nice ass and all, but I don't think she's my favorite Street Fighter. That would actually go to Rainbow Mika. And for modern Street Fighter, I would pick Jury because she's pretty cool. And of course, with fucking Chun-Li having like a million costumes, and yet in Dead or Alive 5, the game that everyone complains are having too much DLC, Street Fighter 5 already has too much DLC at this point, and most of it you have to buy with real money, and it's so fucking stupid. At least Dead or Alive 5's DLC did not impact the game at all. It only had maybe a couple of characters that you can buy, and some stages that you can buy. Most of the costumes, to me, I don't really care about, because most of it is just for fan service, And I think the costumes they can get in the game are just fine. Some of the Tecmo costumes are pretty cool, though, but it's not like, oh, I gotta buy this just to show my support. Because, honestly, I don't see Dead or Alive 5 as a pay-to-win model, because you could technically get the paid version, or the free-to-play version, which is really stupid. I don't know why you would want to, but it's there, I guess. Oh, I already got the collectibles, okay. But this giveaway just makes me think that people will somehow defend Street Fighter. Either that or Capcom's going to do another giveaway because Dragon Ball FighterZ is giving a giveaway. And you know Capcom tries to compete against everything in the world, so I guarantee you that Capcom's going to do another fucking giveaway. They'll probably give, like, maybe another 30,000 fight money, which is, again, nowhere near enough to get anything in the game. The most you can get with the fight money is more attempts to do extra battle, which I am never doing a fucking fight battle with a character that gets you a title again, because that fucking Akuma fight took me so many attempts because he is such bullshit. I did do it, but only because I used Vega, because of his grab attack that he does in the air, which is really cheap, and it's even cheaper because you don't even have to really do anything with it. You just fucking do the backward shoryuken motion, and then you just push the low punch and the low kick together. If you're close enough, you'll grab the opponent almost every single time, and Akuma barely reacts. It's fucking stupid. I didn't bother doing the Bison video or the challenge because it's just going to be even more bullshit. The fucking boss versions of the characters, which AI is even harder than the other characters. Fighting Bison in Street Fighter Alpha 3 is more use of your time in the arcade version than fighting Akuma and Bison in extra battle mode just to get one shitty title, some experience for your character, which will probably do dick, and some other bullshit, which is just not fun at all. When I say Bison in Alpha 3 in the arcade version, if you actually lost to Bison, you couldn't continue. It was all or nothing. In some home versions, they do let you continue, but in most versions of the game, if you lose to Bison, that's it. Every other character you can continue against, but if you lose to Bison, that's it. You get the bad ending. Fuck, I went the wrong way. This will allow me to continue, I guess. Fucking people who defend Street Fighter V but go out of their way to actively hate on other games is so stupid. Like, Street Fighter V is the only worthwhile game these days when it's not. Even Injustice 2 is more viable. But you have people like Low Tier God who directly tells his viewers, you gotta donate me to play this game because I don't play Tekken, and yet when he plays Tekken, I don't think he's very good at it. Even though he says he's really good at Tekken, but yet he barely played the other games before Tekken came out, so I think that's just a fluke. You know, a hype train. Even though, sure, Tekken 7 may not be as good as the other Tekken games, but even I could probably play better than him, and I played all the other Tekkens. I don't play competitively, but I think I could do okay playing online. Except I refuse, because playing online is not the type of fun I get. I like to play locally, because to me, that's just how I've been raised. You know, play against other people in a local environment, having some laughs together, because there's really not enough togetherness these days. Everyone just always fucking playing the latest game online, because online gaming is the future, which I fucking disagree with immensely. Which is why I really like games such as Ghost Recon Wildlands. And I'm surprised the game's not getting enough attention, because that to me is Ubisoft's best game without a doubt. A completely giant open world that you can explore. You can play entirely offline. You can play with... Yeah, you can play it online, but you don't have to. It doesn't force you to play online. I think the only thing that I really disagree with is the microtransactions. But I haven't had to rely on those, and exploring is really fun. You can play pretty much however you like. Sure, it's not exactly the most interesting kind of game. I don't really go out of my way to play military shooters, but for what the game is, it's really good. It's definitely one of my favorite shooters that's out right now. It's almost as on the same level as games like Phantasy Star Online, where you can play the game and it's offline and you still feel that you're getting the experience as if you were playing online. That's just how I feel anyway. And yes, I know it completely derailed the Street Fighter rant into my family values, but I guess that's why they call me the Rambling Man, why I name some of my rants the Rambling Rants. Because I really do go on quite the tangent. Well, I'm certainly not going from this fucking warp area. I guess the only other thing I can say about Street Fighter V is that I know that the Pro Tour whatever patch got out, apparently Abigail's been nerfed now so people can shut the fuck up about it being so good. And I can happily say that the fucking Pro Tour thing is only 20 bucks. I think the other ones were 30 or 25, so thankfully it's not as expensive. And it sucks you can't get the other ring stage, even though yes, I have. I did buy it, but only because it was, you couldn't buy the stage separately, which is stupid. You have to get the fucking... You have to get the other thing. And I only got it because it's an extra area to play in. I wouldn't pick it, but just because it's just because it's an extra area to play in, I guess, if I want to fuck around in videos and shit. If anyone gets on my case about the Street Fighter V, I do buy the DLC for some of it. I don't buy everything, but honestly, the nostalgia shit should be free. I shouldn't have to pay for items that were already in previous games, like with fucking Ibuki's classic outfit or Juri's classic outfit. You could pick that shit right away in Street Fighter 4, and it fucking sucks you have to pay money for this for classic shit. That should be free. But yeah, I'm in the wrong because Capcom needs the money. Fine, whatever. It's their business. A fucking terrible business model, which is, I even go out of my way to say, Shit Fighter 5 Capcom Business Model Edition, because that's all it is. It's their fucking terrible business model, which their fucking DLC is overpriced, and I would pay it with fight money, but it doesn't allow you to get enough fight money, even if you play online 24/7, which I don't, because it's a fucking waste of time. The matchmaking is fucking broken. You can't even choose who you want to play with. It is literally matchmaking hell, which I don't like. Even Street Fighter 4 fixed this, and I actually did play Street Fighter 4 a little bit online. It wasn't too bad, because you actually got to join who you want to play with. You could see their connection, you could see the character they were using, and it was pretty alright. And it had character selection. Street Fighter 5 doesn't have that, unless you turn it on in the lobby match, which is so fucking stupid. And I'm going the wrong way. Oh yeah, I gotta go to the canal area. Shit. I am a paying customer when it comes to Street Fighter 5. So I have every right to complain about DLC that should be free and shouldn't be. New content, fine, whatever. When it comes to the classic shit, it should be free by default. And I also think they should have made the Street Fighter 2 characters free as well, because that is the fighting game that even Capcom claims in their arcade mode that started the fighting game boom. So having to pay for characters like Guile, Balrog, and Akuma is just disgusting. And even Sagat as well. That is just fucking stupid. And considering that he's the last character to be released in the game, it's so stupid. Getting the character pass does not get you shit. At least the fucking Killer Instinct went through this similar business model, and I didn't like it at first either. But even when I got the fucking Ultra Edition, you got pretty much everything. You got all in one package. You had the basic, the basic combo breaker pack, and you had the Ultra Edition. The Ultra Edition pretty much gave you everything. Everything that you could want from the game. And of course, they pretty much fixed that with their Definitive Edition, which has pretty much everything. So even though Killer Instinct may have a similar setup, at least fucking ARM Galaxy Studios fixed their shit. Whereas Capcom will probably never do it. But when fucking Street Fighter V good version comes out, they'll fucking resell the game again. You know, they'll find an excuse to sell it again, which, when they announced the arcade edition or whatever, it says, oh, it's going to be a free update, but then I found out that we're going to sell it at stores like GameStop, and I'm like, why the fuck would they want to sell it again? They just made the update free for everyone who has the game. There's literally no need to fucking sell the game again for $40 and just have it be a slightly repackaged version of the game. It's so fucking stupid. I even said in my video too, if they would have just let Street Fighter V Arcade Edition be an update, I would have left it alone. I wouldn't even make a video about it, because it's an update. You don't have to buy the game again. Everyone gets it who has Street Fighter V. You can get it for free. And the fact is that they sold that shit for $40, and the only thing that they tacked on is the fucking Season 1 and 2 character passes. It's just fucking disgusting, and I'm dead somehow. What the fuck? Well, I guess it's because of those fucking saw blades. And the fucking lava too, which is excellent. But anyway, I'm done ranting about Street Fighter. There is nothing I can express anymore without going into over redundancy. It's just a fucking terrible game. But with the release of the fucking Zenny in Dragon Ball FighterZ, I definitely had to get my 2 cents in, because even fucking Arc System Works knows how to treat their fucking fan base way better than Street Fighter V.